Welcome everyone to Ye Olde Table as Crit Eating Grin plays Curse of Strahd, the 5th edition. That's the one right after the 4th edition. We will talk about that of D&D from Wizards of the Coast. Joining me today are the players who will cast their dice or die in their quest.
Wait, they're going to cast the dice or die?
Yes.
Yeah, die. That's what's coming
fun.
through.
That was the verb
I did
that I
not
heard.
stutter this time. In their quest to save this land known as Barovia from the Curse of Strahd. To my left, we have...
Pass.
We need your name, and we need your character's name.
I'm Megan. I'm playing Celeste. Sorry, she's rolling over there. I'm like, what's going on?
Sorry.
I'm playing Celeste, Aasimar Ranger,
And that's it.
and I can't with you guys. Just go ahead.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Hi, I'm James. I will be playing Bendera Chazin, a rogue. Or, what other names have I used? Duncan Ebeheza. And those are the two that you've heard.
I'm Ellie. I'm playing Niley, a paladin Aasimar. And I'm also a little done with the and a fucking horse.
Oh my god.
I am Maria, and I'm playing Theolova, the Simic hybrid cleric, and that's it.
That's it. I was gonna say something funnier.
Would you like a redo?
No, it's okay. I'll say it next time.
I'm Ashley. I'm playing Namora, the human shadow sorcerer. Now that you have all seen us do my background on the fly. Look at the
all
last
have
5
seen
minutes
except for
of-
those at the table.
Oh
Yeah, we're
yes,
taking
it'll be a
notes.
lot of fun.
They are now taking notes.
Megan.
So,
Shut up.
yeah, I'm not taking it. If we may begin, I would like to first start with a roll to see if I wake up with the knowledge that someone sent a little lightning bug into my brain.
Well, I'm Eric.
Yeah, that's what it feels
this-
like when you're forgotten, Eric.
For this chapter of a tale, that is it.
That is
So
it.
go ahead and roll.
Well,
Oh fuck.
I was counting on you.
what did I say? Was it an
You
odd that I'm gonna wake up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I wake up, and as I've been told...
Every morning I
And as you, all you see, do you have dark vision?
on my makeup.
All you would see is Ben sitting on a box, legs crossed. He doesn't have his jacket or his armor on because he's sleeping, but his sleeves are rolled up. And you would see just tightly kind of bound around his eyes, very faintly glowing, a little red thread. And he's just kind of looking at you. I think the other things that you would notice is all of his features are fully extended.
Yep, I am going to hurl a ball of purple fire at you.
As everyone will wake up to this. Splash.
It'll probably
Whoa!
be like a little like...
My camera's
She
zoomed way
ruined
in.
my life!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Today on Crit Eating Grin, we get up close and personal. Up close and personal.
Right up my nose holes.
Nose holes.
Delicious.
Did you pluck those nose hairs just for this?
I did. I recently did.
Ow.
No waxing?
No waxing. Oh, no.
Waxing's the best.
Up
No,
there?
the best part is
leave
when
the
you're
hairs.
waxing someone else's.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
What is happening?
When you
Let
wax
me
somebody
wax
else.
your nose.
Okay, we're playing
My
D&D.
So you hurl a fireball
Yep.
at me.
So let me roll.
Fireball or fire
Oh,
bolt?
yeah, that's right. We already did.
I'm down for this.
Which one?
15, a 22.
Oh, that hits.
Yep. So that is
It's
going to be
fireball.
3d8 of fire damage. If I can
Was
find
it
where my
loud?
d8s are.
It was a leveled spell. She leveled up. Oh, fuck. This
hope
could
that
take
we,
me out.
I hope that we, hear it.
Did we level up to level 5?
No.
Do I get evasion yet?
You
Just
don't
remember
level up
for
yet.
She's like a really good damage roller, too, in general. Like, she whoops dicks.
Super.
I don't think it'll
Ashley
kill
as a
you. It's
person.
only 19 points of damage.
How many you have left?
10.
Did he get his 10 points
So everyone
back?
hears...
Is this
Oh,
during
and a
our
scream
long rest?
of, she ruined my life!
This is when everyone wakes up from their long rest.
Um,
As
I
you
don't-
will feel the light illuminate in purple.
Do we feel the ground heat up a little bit since we're on top? Or?
Well, it's magic fire, so it doesn't
Oh, good.
like burn things.
So we
but I'm
still
sure you
hear.
feel like the tingling. Something definitely went on down there.
I'm gonna like immediately look over at you and
The
be
horse
like, look
I'm-
at your eye to count your flex.
will begin stamping on the
That's so
ground.
sweet, but I'm going towards downstairs
Sure.
because I assume something went
So
wrong, and I
toss
assume
open
it's
the wooden
Ben's
hatch.
fault.
I assume it's Ben. You're correct, actually.
Thematically, even though I missed, Ben will just take it. He just sits there and takes, so like the shirt kind of burns away.
This
He
was
just
his
kind of
plan.
like he just
Just curly.
Another
takes
Tuesday.
it full.
Just
yeah,
off the carpet.
no hair. No, he's a hairless man.
He's groomed.
He is. Yeah, he keeps
Manscaped.
himself. He
He's
keeps it
scaped.
tight.
Escaped.
He's-
And
he's
just,
riz-scaped.
He'll take the just the impact of it and then settle right back down.
Yeah,
What a
no.
psycho.
She's coming for you. She's not happy.
Were you
Do I
sleeping
see
right
the
next to me?
aggressor?
Yep. I'm like, you can see me. I'm in such a state of agitation. Like, it's not even fully just like, it's fear, it's anger, there's just a lot. Like, I'm shaking, I'm like
It probably
So-
very,
I'd like to make a vibe check on
very,
that.
very
What you will
briefly,
see is the aggressor and the antagonizer is what you're quickly getting.
What I think very briefly, when the fire makes the impact, right behind him, you'll kind of see like a looming, like almost
Prepare some
hag
spells.
like figure, kind of like reach down and kind of get around him, and then sink back into the shadows.
That's pretty cool.
Are we long rested or not?
Yeah.
Yes, for the third time, you have
I
long
wasn't
rested.
listening.
I know.
Okay.
I'm
gonna be heading. I'm
Does
gonna
it
be
recover
walking
exhaustion?
in as well, and as I
Yes.
see this happening, do I see you taking another aggressive action?
yeah. No.
I'm gonna cast command.
I'm going to as my action. I'm gonna take what's the defense one? The where you
Dodge?
Dodge.
Yes, dodge.
Dodge.
I'm activating the dodge action.
Okay.
I will get in front of Ben, like
I re-
shield up.
Irina will run in front of Ben as well.
I will try to be in front of her.
Okay.
At that point, then.
I'm gonna
Well, then I'm
cast.
gonna jump in front of her.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast command on Nymora to just stop.
Okay.
It's a Wisdom 14 saving throw.
No offense, I hope you fail.
I feel like at this point Ismark goes over to the ale cask and just starts reloading his flask.
16 plus
That's
2,
how I'm at.
18.
Okay, so you pass,
I'm literally furious enough that the command just.
and then I'm going to also do. Oh no, that probably won't work.
Essentially, what I want to do is block Ben from her sight. So
I feel
be
like with your
big
shield,
enough
yeah, I think
and
it's
like
possible.
wide enough to kind of trying to be block Irina, but like I know Ben is the aggressor, not the aggressor, but the antagonizer. So like if she can't see him, it might be harder.
Cool her
for her.
down. Sure, I got you.
I would like to. Can't see him. He can't be the aggressor. Darkness is going to spew forth from me,
So you guys will see this.
and
What did you do?
you know that there is and I assume all of you are magically inclined of somewhat. So there is a difference to this darkness. You'll feel me, since you stood up in front of me, I'll move around you, and I seem very confident in my movements would guess I would be able to see in this darkness.
Ismark will screw the top on and move towards the steps.
So it's like a magical darkness?
Oh, it's like darkness has.
I'll be backing up.
Yeah,
so
so this whole area
kind
is
of pushing
now,
Irina towards Ben. Essentially, I want to like sandwich.
So you've cast darkness in here, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I would have.
So it pours off of her like a veil and just hits the floor like a wave and just everybody's surrounded. Unless you have some way to see through magical darkness.
But I do have bonus action hide, which is what I'm going to do.
Sure.
I'm going to shift around, just moving my location.
Sure.
And I'm going to move as quietly as I can, and I don't want anybody to fucking hear me.
Sure. Your stealth roll will dictate that.
This is at advantage.
Oh,
'cause
absolutely.
We are in darkness.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. My roll is what's 18 plus 8?
26.
26.
So 26 is the target for anybody to remotely hear, which I'm sure nobody has a passive of that.
Actually, weirdly enough,
Actually, I just bumped it up to 26.
it's weird. I'm level 20. I hope that's cool.
All right, so I would say, Natalie, you feel Irina grab a hold of you to get a sense of
Yeah.
security.
I'll like reach a hand back, kind of like pat an elbow or whatever.
Yep. And then you will actually feel her just as if she's pulling forth her rapier, if you remember she has a weapon.
Yeah, I will also grab my greatsword as well.
Okay.
And you actually said something to me, correct?
What did you do?
Okay. Now this is a DM ruling if you'll allow me to do this.
Sure.
Technically using psychic whispers, I can reach 2 people as opposed to 1.
Sure.
I did this much earlier, right, when I entered her brain.
Correct.
Could I say I've got another lightning bug that I just pop in her mind at this point?
Is it visual?
It would have, I think it is.
So you could attempt, but I don't think it's going to work because you're not going to be able to see where the
'Cause
arrow
I-
goes.
Yeah.
So that will fizzle out of your brain.
Okay, that's fine. I won't respond.
Okay, everybody is shrouded in darkness, unable to see as if you were blinded. Unless
Yeah.
you have some sort of magical means. As this Mark has made his way successfully to the top of the stage, you will hear as the hatch is closed.
Wow, Ismark. Wow.
Were you sitting on a box before?
I was sitting on my disguise
His
kit
trunk or
backpack.
key, yeah.
Okay,
My
so
little-
like we're next to a wall, I would assume that's where...
Sure.
Yeah, I actually put it up against the wall.
Sure.
So it's like it's got a back to it.
With
you move?
intent, I would be trying to shuffle my feet backwards.
Yeah, it kind of like
Coach
as
Irina
the
into
darkness
moving
cast,
back,
I would have moved
so we could have our
like,
backs up against the wall.
Sure.
Which is a little bit more
around
comfortable.
you.
Fair.
So I would try to not say anything, and I'm going to be loud regardless of what I do, so I'm not trying to stealth.
Sure.
But,
Armor,
yeah.
armor.
Clink, 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 clink,
How
clink,
far
clink,
does this
clink.
darkness go?
It is centered on me, and it is a 5.
The whole
Fills the whole
whole
room.
room.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Okay.
I'm holding a psychic dagger action.
If we could all just talk
And my-
about this.
It's what echoes through the
And
darkness.
my trigger is if she attacks me again.
Sure.
Maybe we can reach an understanding that Ben is an asshole.
No understanding. Ben deserves what's coming
I
to
don't
him.
need this, Celeste, wherever you are.
It's just ethereal voices out of darkness.
He does deserve what's coming to him.
Okay, well, that may
Ben
be
done
true.
fucked up.
He, did, maybe, but we need all the bodies we can get to live through the experience, so let's
How
just
much
take a deep
smoother
breath.
do you think this trip would have been
He
had we
makes-
not had this drama
He
right
makes
here?
a good meat shield sometimes.
While this
Rhodes
is
is
happening,
sleeping.
you just I'm
Rose is
out.
just sleeping.
he's
on the
got
back.
really good
actively
sleep.
looking through the darkness for him, and so you'll hear my like responses from various spots. We're just all kind of like brushing around the room. Like,
If I feel someone get close, I would like to try to grab them.
who is close? Who's all moving?
Anyone
I'm not.
who
I'm just
maybe
sitting back
brushes
down.
up. Not Irina, obviously. I know where she
I
is.
feel like nobody at this point would be moving.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
In the darkness, you'll hear me kind of
Ben's moving.
quietly say,
She
you
can't-
hear us scurrying around after each other.
They're like
Ben is
cats.
moving.
you're going to have to give us a reason why you want to harm him because, we aren't against it, but, we are just going to harm for no reason. So,
We are against
use
it.
your words.
Are you yelling this from the outside?
We're both down
They're
there.
down
We
there.
came
Oh, you
down
both.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
We came down because we heard Ben being
Violence.
His grandmother, was it that you said, cursed me, so a devil has been after me, and I've been living in the 9 hells for over a decade, being tortured mentally and physically with the fires of hell.
shit. Counter argument. It was his grandma.
He's
Not
the
him.
spawn of a greater Satan than the one that's trying to kill me.
Do you want to be held to the sins of your family?
No, I had a good family.
How do I know that your family wasn't the one that abducted me and put me in the military thing?
Good
You can kill
counterpoint.
them if you need to.
You just said it was a
I'm
good
going to kill
family.
you instead, not your family. That's what you're doing.
I mean, the devil's
And
eventually
also,
gonna
will
do
that
it
change
anyways.
anything
Ben-
if Ben is, on the DL, the only way to get to Grandma would be through him, so, wouldn't you want him to be alive anyway?
That will actually cause her to stop.
Sure.
Wherever I hear her voice, I'm right behind her.
Let's do perception check versus your passive. We'll call it a passive stealth. So 10 plus your stealth.
His stealth?
No, yours.
My stealth
Yeah.
is +2, so 12.
So your target is 12. Essentially,
Nope.
so you will hear. You will be heard.
Okay.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll hear a rough. If you wish to try to take an action, it's a disadvantage towards the direction you hear it.
And it probably is not anything. It probably sounds like a branch snapping.
Sure.
Now
So
you
something that would be unnatural to the self.
So how we'll play this will be like if you take an action to do it and you miss, you'll hit somebody randomly in the room in the darkness.
Naimura, I understand that you are under distress, and I cannot say I can relate to exactly what you've been through. However, I will say this: if you harm somebody else in this room, you won't survive. And either you're gonna blink from all existence or return to the 9 hells. So I would advise to drop the darkness.
You can't speak for the whole group.
We're speaking for the whole group.
You're
so
not
while this
speaking
is
for the
happening,
whole
we
group.
are
I'm gonna turn around.
So let's
If
drop
you get
it.
shot,
drop
Don't
it.
hold this.
Oh,
if you
I'm
I will
pulling
die
this.
on this hill.
I will slay
He's
you on
right
this hill.
behind me, so
Drop
I
it.
can see him, right? Because I can see in the darkness.
Then you can definitely see
Okay.
him.
I
Can you
need
see
you
through
to make an
magical
intelligence saving throw.
Can
you need
Yes.
me?
Okay.
Yes.
You
It
need
is
me to
a
make an intelligence
There you
saving
go.
throw.
I hope you're smart.
I'm pretty smart. I'm
It's
over
got a high end.
Oh God.
Not today.
Not today. 8.
okay. 3d6.
I'm out.
Maybe not.
All
I'll
3
be honest.
ones could be ones.
I will be down after.
Okay, see, I do good damage until it like needs to happen, and then I don't at all. And then
Unless
I
you're
fail saving
assassinating.
throws, and then I
As
get
she
like
rolls 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
I'm no good at this.
a
Natural 20.
2,
Okay.
1,
3.
That's right.
2.
So what did we just
5.
Math.
That's 5. I was
5
counting on my
total.
fingies.
Yeah.
Fingies. 2. 1.
So we'll say
Nature's abacus right here.
we'll say that will probably have had for you. You will feel just a psychic, like, just whip tear through your mind.
Love that.
You take your 3d6 damage. You can't take a reaction until the end of your next turn. And on your next turn, you can choose to either get a move, an action, or a bonus action. You only get one of the 3.
Can I try to determine where they are in the room?
You don't have to, because since that is also a concentration, the
Breaks.
darkness will seep back into me as soon as I cast it.
So as
I
it,
will be less antagonistic after her suggestion.
as that all comes back, like it literally just folds right into like her undergarment, like just
Yeah.
absorbs into it. What do they see as you've like? What is your posture? What is your as you're looking directly at him?
You'll probably see like a very like leaning towards him and just intently staring, and I will have like fists clenched, and we'll do a. So you're saying I can use that one to find the original?
And I'm about this far from her face. This is probably the first time you guys have seen all of this. We're talking full extension, white sclera, everything is extended and elongated. And the crown has fully extended around the back of his head and fully up. And he is not only dripping that sort of silver mercurial blood that he had before, we're talking full black tar just running down his face.
Naimura, I'm gonna take a leap in the dark and say that maybe Grandma was not as amazing to him as he remembers either. He might be just brainwashed by Grandma.
I would like. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say I wanted to get between them. Break the eyesight.
You can start to do. You could start to do that, or start to position yourself. You can make a persuasion check.
Me? Persuasion?
Yes.
I hope you do good.
We'll see. It's mid. 16.
Pretty persuasive. You can see like I'm still like there's just the adrenaline pumping, but it's less like reactionary adrenaline.
I'm really just trying to talk her off the ledge. Like, if we...
I feel like the 16 would be enough to kind of
And I'm
like
being
she's
truthful.
still guarded,
Yeah.
but you've got the common sense and the rationality is kind of back toward now the conversation could
It's less like just
murder now. Let's talk
You
it out.
now know more about Ben than we do. He's not divulged any, in my opinion, truthful information about himself since we met him. So I think that it could very well be that he was also under the influence of this grandmother figure who could be any number of people and, you know, also have had terrible past. So it'd be more advantageous possibly to at least hear him out or, you know, like I just don't want you to hurt my other friends because then I'll have to hurt you, and that's a whole thing.
What is everybody's passive perception here?
It's shitty. 11.
16.
13.
13.
As this takes place, there is a blade that goes right to underneath your head.
Head?
It's a rapier blade. As Irina has natural 20, put the blade there.
On him?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And
okay.
says, explain, is what she says.
Now, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
And if you, like, I envision in my brain
that
how
the
most
whole
people are like,
time.
haha, it just
It's
presses.
only a 14, though, charisma.
Yeah.
Knowing that Ben is also a rapier user,
Sure.
he doesn't fucking move.
Okay.
He doesn't move back, he doesn't move forward. He is unnaturally still.
This is your chance to redeem or begin your redemption path, is what she says. If you say what you have said to me, this is a good place to start.
And you cast Zone of Truth?
And you can choose to fail it, or it's a 14 charisma.
I'm actually gonna.
You gotta roll.
I'm actually gonna.
You
You
gotta
can also
roll,
just
man.
choose to
Okay,
do it.
cool. I make it.
Everybody who's in the zone has to
What
roll.
is it? A
Or choose to
Charisma
fail.
14.
I don't make
My
it.
goal for walking over was actually to get one of them to walk away, and since he has a rapier up against his neck, I'm going to try to make her walk away.
14 makes it pizza. You'll see me, like, once I see the rapier, I'll, like, and I've kind of already been, like, so still tense, but we'll kind of, like, settle back, not as, like...
So Irina will choose to fail it.
Okay. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on the point of your choice within range.
Who all failed?
I passed.
I passed.
Okay.
This for the table.
Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. Failed to save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Okay.
You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions in which it would be normally respond with a lie. Such creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of truth. So that's what you and then Irina are.
And Celeste.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So your actions are to move over to get her to kind of release her.
Not Irina.
Okay.
I trust Irina.
Okay.
I'm trying to get Nymora to like back up. Like they were
Got it.
face to
Yep,
face.
got
I
it.
just want to
I
essentially
feel-
use a football-esque
Sure.
tactic to kind of like
Sports ball.
sports ball
Man
to like
noises.
nudge my way between them.
I feel like that's possible.
And
I
I'm
feel
not
like
gonna
it's-
let anybody know about like who failed the zone of truth or anything
Sure.
like that. I'm just gonna
Sure.
interpret and observe.
I chose.
I have
to
a
not
16
fail.
insight as well, so
Okay. Ben's gonna walk over to his disguise kit.
No, you won't. She keeps you there.
it's time to talk.
I mean, you could choose to do. Don't get me wrong, but that's her actions. Like she's gonna hold you there to
I
explain.
think the woman asked you a question.
So you would need to do like a sleight of hand to disarm.
I'm gonna bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna knock the blade down
Sure.
with the stake that I have hidden. Oh, I wouldn't have that up my sleeve. I'm just gonna bonus action disengage and step away. Not aggressively, just
Right.
more like
Let's do an athletics competition
sure.
to see if she disarms.
Fuck. There's no way. 7.
Well, she only had a 9, so it's you will get away or you will disengage. Yes, but she immediately
She can
will.
hold. Yeah, she can hold
Yeah.
the rapier against me.
Yeah.
I go to the disguise kit and I get 2 things.
So the visual will be. It won't be at your next, but she'll keep it pointing towards you and she'll follow you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. The 2 things I will get is the ring we got from
Correct.
the vampire, which I immediately put on my finger, which I'm attuned to.
Correct.
Just didn't have on. So the first thing that happens that you guys would see is that when Ben stands back up, he's in his original human form.
Correct. So his visage changes into a more human-esque form.
What
So-
and that ring did like what he desired to look like is what he'd look like.
What he originally looked like.
Correct.
But isn't the ring to make it so you get your most optimal version of you? Or is it just
what your
whatever you
mind?
want?
Disguise self.
It's like what you want to be, or what your mind remembers it essentially.
Right, but it's not like he can pick anything he
I
wants.
can't
Nope,
pick anything
no.
else.
Okay,
Like,
that's what I was trying to
when
figure
I
Essentially,
stand up,
it was kind of like a disguise potential for I think what you guys determined for vampire spawn.
Right.
Makes it look more.
And like the mercury splatter that would have been all over his clothes probably shifts to red. Like everything
Correct.
so he doesn't physically change. He's still like bleeding from his ears and his nose and his eyes. But instead of the silver, it's red. That black tar is gone. The other thing that he pulls out of the case is the silver spoon. The very small silver spoon. And he's going to close
Which
the trunk.
you may have seen. It's
She
been a
found it.
hot second, right? When you
Yeah,
were like,
I
nothing
rifled
in his
through.
case, right?
Yeah. Nothing?
And he is going to close the trunk and flip it on its side and just put the spoon down in the center and kind of look at that and look back up at you and look at everybody in the group and goes, I was traded for a better life. She's my grandmother because I was given to her as a babe.
Sounds kind of like what I exactly said.
So, my family sold me away. And I came to appreciate her as a grandmother. Now, if we want to talk about the game that you played and the poor bargain you made, that's something entirely different. But did I do this to you?
You'll definitely see her like the poor bargain you made. Like she's gonna stiffen at that comment, but
Still gonna stand between the.
Sure.
And this spoon represents what I was given away for.
well, still she took you in as her own. Obviously, you have powers from her, so you've agreed somewhat.
Do you mean the erupted branches from my head and the knitting needles I can throw?
Those look suspiciously like. Because I will have said that I would have done some research on some hags.
Sure.
Trying to know my query.
Sure.
Those look suspiciously like elements that the hags would use themselves. So if you've gained their magic, how are you not one of them?
And I'm going to look at the rest of the lovely women who are left in this room with me.
At this time,
Everybody else is fucked off upstairs.
at this time, Rhodes will be like, "Oh, excuse me," makes his way past her
Actually, what Rose would
Upstairs.
do. That's what
and
I
goes
love about that.
out to join Ismark and to
I got
meet
meditating
with
to do.
his mentor.
This happened here.
In
I have...
this realm?
Yes, they were all here for it.
That is true. We saw it, unfortunately.
So, if this is a gift from her, which I'm choosing to believe it could be, or perhaps a curse in and of itself, I am unclear.
Well, do you know where to find her?
Yes.
Where does she normally reside?
Zone of truth. Just reminding everybody.
Oh, I know. And you
Is
watch
it in this plane?
simultaneously him go to say something, pull himself back, and the thread flares on his wrist.
Ooh. I see. So she has you leashed as well, then.
I'm but a messenger.
Well, you can tell her if she could, or I know you can do that mental mind manipulation. If you can hear me, just know that I'm coming for you.
It is intriguing. The past few days, I have been asking her for help, and all of a sudden, you appear.
Were you let go? Did you run?
So if I were a betting man,
Well,
She-
you don't see. You just know that she ruined my life. You don't know what she ruined my life for. Well, you know, yes, that from the. Say no. I escaped from the hellscape, but I'm sure I'm still being hunted.
doesn't mean she didn't help you escape that hellscape. You about a bargain she has, and if her prized possession were in trouble.
Or if better used somewhere else.
I don't
like your grandma,
like the
I'm
fact
just saying.
that she is still meddling in my life. The last decade has been more than a decade. Has been, and then she just thinks she can just poof me around at her will.
That's what you gave her.
You may have been poofed by other people on accident, too. You know, because that's what... I don't have any bargains with any old ladies that I'm aware of, and we're still here, too. So, I don't think it's necessarily divine magic that landed us here, per se, but it may have just been, like, introduced you to the person to get you there.
I'd like a clarification on the bargain I made with the hag, because I feel like I would have made the bargain with her to make my life more exciting. And one of the things she did for that was the deck of many things. And so I think I would have believed, like, pulling from that deck was, like, our bargain delivered. And now I'm gonna, like, question if...
The bargain's over.
The bargain should be over because I drew from the deck. She should
give
have...
me a nature check. Since you've been
Are you
doing-
figuring this stuff out loud?
So everybody's able to
Yep.
do this.
Okay.
Could be.
Nature...
Correct
14.
me.
I feel as through some of your research that you probably would have gleaned into that.
Wording is very particular.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
And
Like
if
all
you
of
said,
like probably it's a
It's an ongoing bargain and evolving
if
contract.
you use the words, make my life more exciting.
It's for the rest of your life.
Welcome to Barovia,
It's always sunny here.
Welcome to Barovia,
where it's
bitch.
always cloudy.
It's always
It
misty.
would
and
appear
rosy
she's
here.
still delivering upon her end of the bargain.
said promise.
It's like a double-sided deal. You ask for help, and you ask for life and adventure, or excitement, and
Yep. It's fun. It's easy. It's
Um, you will see her kind of deflate. And just I can't.
What I'm deducing from all of this with my extremely
Now.
high perception is that you kind of need Ben, because it sounds like he might even have a better grasp on bargains. I'm just saying.
what does everyone else do?
I think Niley's keeping her face just carefully blank.
I'm
Like,
I'm here to mother whoever we need.
not
whoever breaks
reacting
first.
to anything and just blank, like soldier blank, not even making any reactions. Poised to tackle someone though.
I'm concentrating on the zone, and
The zone?
I'm in the zone.
Yeah, the only time you were blocked is when she asked, where is she?
Correct.
I'm not as concerned about that as much as just, you know,
And you probably would have felt a pressure on the zone of truth itself at that moment.
As if it was being flexed upon.
get flexed on.
You want to do anything over here, Miss Troublemaker? You're pretty good at stirring the pot.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, there's another person stirring the pot. I don't have to kill him.
Try not to explode.
Well, explode. That's the whole
Oh
purpose
no,
of
explode.
role-playing.
This is great.
Start monologuing.
So when you were doing the darkness thing, I had sat back down in my spot where I was. So I've really just been watching this whole thing. I think she would probably get up and head towards the, I don't know if it was a ladder or steps.
Stairs.
The stairs to go out. But she is going to say towards you that you use a lot of flowery words, but it's all about the actions. You still are manipulating people, and that has to stop.
Have I not thrown my life down for you?
More words.
Throwing my life down for you.
I have not seen enough actions. You continue to manipulate people.
If by manipulation you mean
Or
put my life on the line,
or
as I agreed
invade
upon.
people. I'm not having this conversation. She'll continue walking then.
And I will definitely be like grandmother, like grandson, and I'll follow her out.
Babe. I'm not having this conversation. Sorry.
Don't get me started.
I'll look over at whoever's left at this point.
I would say Irene at this point will slowly sheathe her rapier, and then she will go over to embrace you in a friendly hug, and she will whisper in your ear, I feel your emotions of being discarded, is what she'll say.
Oh.
You will
She's an
probably...
empath.
Ben probably doesn't initially hold her back. He probably doesn't reach back around, but the two of you would see...
I'm not emotionally prepared enough for this.
Just kind of like, just very slowly kind of put one
0 to
arm
100
around her,
fast.
and he will silently start crying. Because we are still in fucking Zone of Truth. And
Correct.
I think that applies to everything that he is feeling.
I'm gonna keep the zone up for the full 10 minutes. You know, it's good to have good, dialogue, discourse.
We're having a come to Jesus meeting.
Right? Naimora, I will give you the same threat that I gave Ben.
Oh, we've walked out.
Oh, you were
I followed
upstairs
her,
too?
like,
yeah.
Never mind. I would have mentioned before you left then, like, these people are my family, including Ben. So you can say flowery words just like him and do whatever you want. When it comes to harming my family, who I don't have any now, this is it,
He's the drunk uncle.
then you are
Everyone's got
at
one.
the mercy of us. And I'm pretty sure Niley will fall in with that threat as well. So just bear that in mind. This is not me saying you're getting hurt, but you hurt them. You don't hurt anyone ever again.
As halfway through your conversation, you look and she's already gone.
I think she gets the gist.
I'll take a step back at this point, and I will open up my trunk since we're in Zone of Truth still, and I'll take the spoon and I'll go to that secret panel that you had found before, and I'll pop off the panel and I'll pull out. I mean, it is like a stack of papers of like multiple identities. On the inside of the panel, you will see. There are two things that you see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names that are carved onto the inside of the panel, and then something that's written in looks like a singular word that's written in Sylvan. Does anybody read Sylvan?
speak
No.
Sylvan?
Hold up.
Haha, but haha. I'm not here.
After I realized that Naimura is,
Let me argue that Elvish and Sylvan are
No,
so
they're
close.
not. They're not.
I will go. I'm gonna approach Ben.
It's like Latin and what?
And I'll
The other
I'll look
languages
at you
that
and I'll
came
go,
from.
this
Greek?
is
Sure. Yeah.
everything I am.
You were
I
like
don't
Latin man,
want-
and I'm like Greek.
There you go.
Do you
I
guys
don't-
want the list of names? I can give you the list of
No.
names.
What I'm going to do is walk up and say, Ben, I don't want it to take me forcing you with magic to be honest with us and vulnerable with all of us.
Irina, with a tear in her eye, will agree with that.
And I will
And I can tell that you're trying to find your truth, but being manipulative and dishonest with the people trying to help you is the last way to find your own truth. We want you to be whoever you were or are most comfortable as with us. And then if you don't know who that is, well then let those walls down, bro.
I will start with, I had a childhood of somebody fucking with my head, so I would ask you kindly to never do this again.
We'll hold that scene. We'll go up to the top as Celeste. You go up top to see they are preparing the wagon. As Rhodes is like, we'll make sure that we adjust the reins properly, and he's getting Averlin, her horse there, kind of properly attached to the wagon. As Ismark looks and says, all is well.
Sure.
Okay,
Looks good for my house.
Yup!
we're wasting cloud cover, is what he'll say.
We're wasting twilight.
Exactly.
And I would say followed shortly would be Naimora, as she will come up. And is there anything that takes place between the two of you, or is it
I'll
just
probably
like,
just. How can you stand just knowing what he is? I don't know.
Him, I can't stand him. He doesn't listen.
nope? That's what you'll hear from Ismark.
Afram's like,
It's like his nod of approval.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
that
he does it
everybody's?
too much around me, so no. You know, horse is gaslighting me, and I can prove it.
Literally.
I do,
just gassing
like,
you.
yeah, he's gassing me. I would want to say something to Ben, but alone, not with like Fiolova or Irina.
is everybody? You guys?
I just wanted
I'll
to...
just start helping them with the wagon and stuff.
Okay.
I'll probably follow, still just, you know, like more annoyed at this point, I guess. Than anything.
I will reassure you that, like, I don't blame you for what you did. Like, he fucked with you. Like, I don't blame you for reacting like you did.
Ben put a little silvery bug in my mind.
Yeah.
Please don't manipulate my mind anymore.
That's
but
true.
Ugh.
Okay. We'll flash downstairs. Everybody starts packing their things up. We want to have our little.
I was gonna say before, or when you say that to me, I'm gonna say, how much do you know about me, Ben? How much have you learned over the last few days?
Wow.
So truth.
Outside of, I know.
Okay.
Outside of making the bargain with Arena that I would put my life down for all of you, no matter what came up, and outside of everything I've done, that people seem to forget, you did show me your memories, and every time that we have spoken in each other's mind, I've asked for your consent. I have said,
This is
may
not
we
about.
connect? I know. It is in respect to the memories that I have seen.
Why I ask this is because I've divulged and come forward with a lot of information about what I remember. You can probably list 10 things that you know about me, and I can't name 5 that I know for true about you other than what I've seen.
I'm going to point at the
Not
5
that we're
names.
keeping track or anything.
Right. But it took us getting to this point where somebody is trying to kill you to get there. So that's the problem that we have here. Not about what you've done in our presence to save our lives and things like that. About the fact that you consistently withhold information for whatever reason that you find. And then when we ask you to be honest, you dodge it. And so that's why I'm here telling you, like, we are vulnerable to you. We're opening our lives up and somehow preventing Celeste from just blowing your brain out. Because for some reason, deep down in our hearts, we know that you need help and we're here. So stop treating us like we're not your grandma. None of us are your grandma. We aren't going to manipulate your mind for the worst.
I'll count her freckles. No, I'm kidding.
I'm a hag.
But seriously.
So, I know it sounds scary to give your heart to someone. And believe me, I know. But we are all here. We're all in the same place. We're all putting our lives on the lines for each other. We've all done everything we can to prevent each other from dying. So treat us like that. With respect.
When you are raised as a tool for something else,
I will call down, she was a tool!
About me.
I'll allow it.
No.
that'll chuckle for a moment. You don't have much of an identity yourself. That's why I've got 6.
And I'm not accusing you of
Sorry,
hiding
that's not funny.
a real identity. But I am.
Mid noises. Sorry.
But as you well know, I too have no identity. And I am not out here attracting blame or causing discourse. I too have no idea what happened in my past. I literally don't have an identity. My identity began when I ran away and joined a convent of my god. My identity only lasts for the last X amount of years.
How many is that, by the way?
X.
X equals.
10.
I don't do math good. Let me pray about it. So, as a person that you might relate to a little bit more than you think, I'm also not out here manipulating, confusing, or people shooting at me. You know that there was a better way to address her. You know that you shouldn't have been in her mind, just like you're asking me not to be in your mind or manipulate you. You know that's right. So,
In this moment, since we are being truthful, and it doesn't appear that anybody else picked up on it, she was talking about being between life and death. My choice to enter her brain was to protect us all.
my choice to put us in a zone of truth was to protect us all, mainly you, in that moment.
I agree.
I don't hesitate to think that Irina would have just slit your throat. You've got that woman teetering on the edge of sanity, and that is not what you want.
As she had every right to do, due to our bargain.
And I stepped in the way of that.
And I'll look at Irina, I will never flinch from your blade. I am bound by that.
So, this is where we're coming from.
It's like eating popcorn.
If I hear the bargain part from upstairs, that's gonna be a trigger. So, just so you know.
I feel like at this point you probably wouldn't.
But I would also like to question.
So that's all I have to say. I've asked you
I had
about
brain
this,
wiggly.
and I've mentioned truth to you previously, and it brought us to this point. What we've done has brought us to this point. I'm going to drop this zone of truth. I don't want to feel like I ever have to do this to anyone, because it's not fair, but here we are.
I'm gonna breathe a little easier.
I'll hold out my hand, the one with the thread on it. You will always have truth from me, if I can have truth from you.
I don't know even how to lie.
That's also true.
I'm not making a bargain with you.
Thread flares. If you grabbed my hand,
Nope.
the moment that happens, the thread flares.
Nope, I don't grab your hand. I will give you a sure. Like a gesture, but not like a hand. I'm not making a bargain with you. I have a bargain with my gods. And it's to not make bargains. So,
Okay.
Hold on. Let me do the math really quick.
Welcome to Crit Eating Grin,
Not
where we
smart.
contradict ourselves.
not
Equals bargain. And Y equals no bargain. How does X equal Y? What is X?
imaginary number.
Oh shit. Not an imaginary number.
All right.
Satan out here trying to get me in his
Negative
loop.
and a negative. do
So
not cancel out each other.
the room will clear. You two can have your talking
Should we
moment.
leave?
Irina.
Yeah, I will actually ask if they don't leave naturally. I would be like,
Yep.
Can I
They
have a
will.
moment?
They will.
And I'm.
Do you want us to leave in real life?
I'm wrestling
No.
around.
I have to pee
I'm wrestling
anyway.
around.
Go.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Is it
wrestling
here?
around the crate
oh yes, it is
I'll
here.
grab it.
and looking
Yes,
for
yes,
clothes
yes,
to
yes,
replace the
yes,
ones that
yes,
were
yes.
incinerated off of my body.
There
I'm gonna
are
move some
kind
of
of
these things over to
common
the corner of
clothes
my
in the
board.
bag.
Okay.
I know, but you and I have to go over
And
there, too.
I will put one of the rougher shirts on I can find.
Sure.
And I'm gonna put the ornate cloak away in the bag,
Sure.
the cloak of Ben.
Yep.
And just don my leathers.
Sure.
That's what I'm doing, as you not kind of checked out of whether people are in the room or not.
So after they leave, since we've already established Niley is so good at emotions,
That's why I love her so much.
I would kind of get within view of what you're doing. Obviously, if you're getting like your leathers on and dressed or whatever.
Would you have looked at any of the names when he opened them up?
No,
Okay.
I would make a point not to.
Okay.
Ben, two things that are going to go against everything everyone just screamed at you about.
Ben is just gonna freeze,
Hey.
like ready to be just like dumped on again.
Yeah.
Is this one of those, like, poor decisions I
I would
shouldn't have
also
done 2
try to
hours
be
ago?
quiet because I know the sound would travel
Sure.
up. I don't know if you want me to make a stealth
No.
for
No,
that.
I don't think so.
I would get close enough that we could talk in like a normal,
Okay.
quieter tone of voice.
Stage whisper.
Obviously, yes, stage whisper. Your line is. Here is your line. Man, noises over here. Sorry, that sounded more like a demon than anything. Two things that are going to go against everything everyone just told you. I think secrets are fine. But in the future, if you're thinking about sending your little into someone that we just met, maybe a warning would be better.
All right.
Secrets are fine to have. I think we need them. But if you have any exes that we could potentially be warned about, or your grandmother has any exes, maybe we should just get that out of the
We should probably get that out of the way.
Yeah, just so we have a list of people we could just kill on sight.
I've got a few. And you're gonna watch as he says that. Every feature kind of extends for a bit.
And then I will hold out my hand and say, so long as we're agreed upon that, again, secrets are fine.
Secrets are fine.
Yeah, and then I'll shake his hand.
Sure.
Thread flares.
Sure.
And as it goes, this is a secret.
And do you turn to leave at that moment?
What were you saying about your siblings? Shit.
Do you turn around to leave at this moment?
I want to make a vibe check on you just to see if you're okay, because that was a lot. This will go well. I'm good at these.
Welcome to D&D.
I have a 13.
Yeah.
23.
So he's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
I will give a awkward but polite nod.
Since secrets are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
It's established.
And I will, I'll turn around and walk.
As she turns around to walk, I'll grab her hand
Yeah.
to prevent her from leaving, and won't turn you around or anything. You'll just hear, "Thank you.
Don't make me regret that.
I'm more grateful for you than you know."
And as I walk upstairs, I will point at Naimora in the most motherly way I can, and you'll hear this because I'm not trying to quiet my voice. If you ever attack one of my people again, I will stomp your face in. We need all the bodies we can get.
Yep.
I'm left in the cellar
She
by
is
myself.
literally just
Your
gonna
own
scowl and
devices,
frown at
correct.
you. Like, I
Go down
have
the tunnel.
been through much worse, thank you.
Niley will meet you head on
We'll
that.
close that scene when you do your thing, and we'll go back up to see the conversation between Naimora and Celeste. There was a...
Yeah.
Wanted to go ahead, unpack it all. People love this shit.
You're now a
Eric's like, I
you're now a
don't
grief
watch.
counselor.
Literally got to do absolutely... I'm fine. I'm good.
You're a grief counselor today.
I'm the
For
intermediator.
that, because that was like, everyone will disagree
The,
with Niley when they find
the
out.
mediator and the conversation's all I am doing right now. That's it.
Just let me go. I will have wanted to question you while we were attacking or doing whatever. I'll just be following you, maybe being helpful because I just needed to do something.
Sure.
How can you stand to trust him and have him in your party?
I don't trust him, but I also don't speak for the whole party.
Did his grandmother all just poof you guys here?
Not as far as I know.
No, sorry.
Strahd is actually a hag, not a
Ruffles
vampire.
God is here.
I will tell you that we were in the. Did we know they were Vistani?
The Vistani
Yeah.
sent us
But did we
here.
know that they were?
my reaction.
then?
I knew I was sent here by Vistani. I was not with you guys.
We
Would
did
they
We
because
call
we were
put
that-
it together when we actually got to Barovia and we saw the similarly dressed people, and I'm sure we all would have made the mental connection when we were at the Visani camp.
Correct.
If you all agree with that.
Then I'll describe them and who they are, and I will tell you that they were the ones that sent us here.
They seem to be. Oh, I'm not there, but they do seem to be in leagues with Strahd, or doing his whatever
based on the
bitch work.
story.
They're like nomadic.
They're like his allies, but not allies. Like they're just not touched.
He's their ally.
I don't
Yeah.
explain all that. I just tell you what they look like and how they travel.
So you get a general visualization, so if you were to see someone who would have been or be,
Vistani.
then you could identify them kind of by the description she gives.
By now, I probably kicked open the hatch door to stomp my angry ass up there. Fucking Ben, every fucking time it's always this fucking guy.
But you guys don't mind if I fuck Strahd, so it's
We
fine.
don't. That's your...
Any other questions?
I don't think so. I think she'll just be muttering of
Too
well,
much caffeine.
could probably still find me in this realm. Maybe I would be safer here.
My heart
The
race is
hag can
insane.
find me here in this realm. Do I even want to go home? It's just muttering a lot of
How did you get here? It's kind of
I was
similar
roofied.
to Ben.
Yeah, actually,
The hag-
identical to Ben.
Yeah, I don't. I'm full down the hag did it. For whatever reason the hag did, but
It's like
from my point of view, I was roofied and dimensional.
thing from Fairly Odd Parents, where Timmy Sad's always like Dinkelberg. He's just like hag.
I tell goddamn hag.
Fucking hag.
Okay, everybody loads up into the wagon,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Ben goes down the
Well-
tunnel.
Yep. So you guys wait, there is no Ben after several moments.
I will still stand in front of the hatch after delivering my line to Naimora.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How far do you want to chase this rabbit hole? You got dark vision?
I do.
Okay, you can definitely see that it's a very long tunnel.
I'll kind of like look back up.
I would have left the hatch
Like
open.
you probably would at least go 60 feet.
Literally, Ben goes, somebody asked for truth. Somebody said secrets were cool.
Like the moral dilemma.
Shit! I'll be a moment!
It sounds very distant, but you hear it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Damn it.
And I will. If it's normal movement speed,
Sure.
it's 90 feet that I travel.
Okay.
In 6 seconds.
It goes straight for about 65, 70 feet, and then it's going to veer along the way of the road. You kind of get it follows the path of the road above, and it seems like it just keeps going on into this could be like an underground passage that takes you
Not there. We felt a breeze come from
safely to somewhere. And it keeps going on for what you feel like could be forever. I will say, at the end of your kind of exploration, you will see kind of another raven marker done in the thieves' cant.
it. Be the safest way.
Probably like a location or something like that would give you an indication, like it was marked there specifically to say maybe a safe house or something.
So are there like branches off of this?
You haven't seen any as of yet. It goes on pretty straight, but you do see kind of on the side of like the wall maybe a stone that was kind of embedded into the earth.
Got it.
And then it was etched in.
Etched into.
Same raven mark.
Yeah, and I'll scramble back. Yeah.
I'll try to convey with a look as you come up, like, more secrets, or like...
Are we counting each other's freckles on this one? Like,
is there anything identifying about you?
Right now, at this moment, I look
Yeah.
like a normal plain human because I've got the ring on. Otherwise, there are lots of identifying features about me.
I have a follow-up question. When someone makes a deal with you, is there any type of like feeling or connection?
is this above table? Like you, him, below?
Like
are you
above
asking,
table? Yeah, I'm
okay.
asking a
All right.
general question.
Okay.
There's a
Just wanna make
very, very, very. If your perception is high enough,
Oh, I'm fucking dumb.
we'll set it at 12. Your passive perception.
Yeah, I'm at 11, so.
Okay, so you wouldn't know this, but above table, when there is a bargain made, very, very, very faintly, it sounds like there's like a small little dinner bell being rung.
Gotcha.
I don't like this whole you pay for something with bargains. Who you paying?
I'm not
The
paying
heck?
anybody.
Somebody's ringing a bell.
Okay.
Somebody's
So
getting their
everyone
wings.
eventually will load into the wagon after
I'll choose the walk.
waiting.
Yeah, I'll walk. But if you come back from the tunnel, are you letting us know what it looks like?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll relay. It's like, it does appear there are underground passages that lead to somewhere. I know we can't get Ruffles through, and he's a bit of a priority now. But it might be worth exploring it. It appears to be following the road.
Did you see any other upward passages when you were there?
Didn't make it quite far enough. I wanted to get back to the group.
Oh, you sound excited about that.
Honestly, I'm really excited to see you.
Can we just...
No more lies.
guys!
No more lies.
Okay, what is Nymora doing?
She's just been kind of like grumbling. I will, for an hour, have known where he is.
Okay.
So I'm not as like worried, that he's left out of sight or whatever, and I'll just be.
I am quite worried for Ruffles, but
you
if we
gonna
can
ride in the back of the
travel somewhere
wagon?
safer.
Or will you walk with the others that are walking?
I'll probably.
I mean, that's good to
And
know.
I
Are
will,
you
I will have
walking-
brought up one of the casts.
It depends. Where's Ben? And then where's Celeste?
Celeste
I've been
rides up
sitting up
front.
front with his mark.
Making sure he doesn't get too drunk to drive.
Sometimes. We're both getting
I
drunk.
will have brought up one of the last cask of wine, let's say,
Sure.
and I will have gone, hey Celeste.
She'll full out.
Well,
ignore
here's the thing. When you grab that cask, there's only one cask of wine.
Yeah.
It still feels extremely full.
Bring that
Nice.
bitch with us.
Well, he
If you
did.
bring me an.
This cask of wine.
Can I do an Arcana
Let's
check to see
sacrament
if
that
there is
shit.
some sort of enchantment on this? If it still
Sure.
feels, knowing how much everybody was drinking last night.
Sure.
It's like tainted.
Oh, that's actually not bad for me. 15.
Some people are into
Yeah, you feel as if it has been magically enchanted
I will.
to be an endless supply of wine.
I will. Not worry about that. Celeste, a gift with nothing attached to it.
She will look at you, but she will not say anything.
This thing doesn't empty.
And she'll ignore you and just turn back around to whatever she was doing.
I guess it's mine. And I'll put it in my
Sure.
trunk.
Are you riding in the wagon?
No.
Okay, you're walking.
I'll be in the wagon then.
Okay. All right.
And I'm gonna walk on the side of the wagon that Naimora is on.
Just
Okay.
gonna play back and forth.
Okay.
Circles.
Get up and go to the other
So-
side. He goes to the other side. Get up and go to the other side. He goes to
I
the
guess
other
I will do my job now, since you've entertained us all. The wagon
this
is going to
sounds-
go fairly smooth. The wagon ride will.
Do we ever see the bone grinder?
Yeah, well, let me do my job now.
I knew we were nearby.
Yes, I'm going to say several hours are going to pass. You travel close to 3 miles, about 2.5 miles, when you will see this large, up kind of on a raised hill, so everything kind of raises up to it. It's an old windmill, is what it looks like. And it's kind of like bulbous and has like an onion-shaped dome. You can see that the wind is slowly moving kind of the large blades of the windmill, very slowly. There are few specks of light coming from the windows that you can see, as if there's something lit or lighting in there. There are cries of ravens nearby that are on the kind of pathway that you're traveling, and then in the distance to where there's almost like a couple, like a megalith or a couple megaliths that are stacked about off but close to the old
Like
bone grinder.
druidic megaliths, or
It's
we're
too
talking,
far to determine exactly, but you're pretty sure you can identify it at least as that. There is one particular raven that is perched on top of one of them.
Okay.
And then in the trees, as the forest you're traveling, you're going to see kind of a collection of maybe 2 to 3 of these ravens as they kind of call and make their calls or their cries. And then they kind of get silent, but they watch as if they've locked eyes onto the party and will slowly watch as you begin to travel.
Does it feel? Does the attention feel aggressive, or does it feel?
It's observant.
Okay.
Yeah, not aggressive, but observant.
And are they like trying to keep us away from the windmill, or
Just
are they
observing.
Just... Okay.
After you pass, like maybe 15 feet past, they will scatter, flying, and all 3 of them will go in different directions.
Great, got it.
Do we see around the windmill at all any kind of symbols of the raven? Anything like that?
You
the
can make
cast?
you can make a perception check.
No,
Perception. Where is it? Letters.
it's a P.
Yeah. That is math. 18.
There will be on like the windmill itself, or the old bone grinder. There's kind of a wooden ledge on the first floor. There is one raven that is perched on it, and kind of.
Does it look like it's like getting my attention, trying to like attract my attention?
It feels as if it's just kind of randomly calling.
Like it's not like it's protecting something or like trying to chase somebody away.
Doesn't seem that way.
Is it inside the mill? Or up in?
No, it's like on the outside. Like the mill is intact. It's not
Yeah.
like a ruined.
Okay.
It seems to be functioning as well.
I wonder who these ravens and all these ravens are associated with.
Do we wish to stop at the old bone grinder? Is what you'll hear
I think we should just
Ismark say.
hurry on our way to Velaki.
So we're going to bypass it.
I would love to check out the megaliths. They seem out of place.
Ismark, will we make it to Velaki even if we have a brief stop, or
We have some time.
fine?
I'm staying with Ruffles.
I will go with Ben,
Okay.
if only to dissuade someone from sniping him from afar.
Okay.
We should say.
There are 2 people who could snipe him from afar, and I wish to dissuade them both.
So he will pull the wagon kind of off the kind of pathway slightly, where it's flat and it's not going to get stuck. And there is a small path that kind of snakes back and forth, mud, and dirt, and some loose stone that kind of all the way up to the top of this hill where the bone grinder sits. And then there's kind of an older pathway that kind of like loops off to the side, leading towards these megaliths. And you'll count there's at least 4 of them.
Okay.
But they are probably about 100 feet away from where the bone grinder is, closer to where the woods or some of the wooded area would be more. You will also spot a raven on top of one of the megaliths, and it seems to be like pecking at something. And the one raven that is above the door lets off a couple kind of calls, and then it will fly away.
Okay.
The fog, the mist, where is that?
It's misty
Sure.
all around except for kind of your vicinity, as if that presence or whatever you guys are kind of thinking is kind of keeping it.
Does the earth
pushed away.
seem corrupted or disturbed?
The dirt-
or like extra toads? Or
So the
like...
dirt, it's in this area or all together?
Okay.
Like, what are you...
In this particular area where we are.
It's very lack of nutrient. You know, it's
Okay.
very... I mean,
Like
there's
it's been like
there's
leached.
Yeah, correct. There's mud and things like that, but a lot of it's very brittle and it just looks unhealthy. Is the best way I can describe it. As if it's lost
Around
its
the
nutrients.
windmill or around...
Probably around like the half a mile kind of area or perimeter of this whole bone grinder megalith
Kind of
area.
just hold out a small piece of jerky to you as like a... As really,
Yeah, I'll take it.
Just like snacking.
The densest part of this mist or fog is more in the wooded area, as if a prey or a predator stalking prey kind of
You
residing
notice
in the wood.
anyone inside the windmill?
Since there's light, can I try like when we're walking past, like where would
Because
you say?
I don't know if we stop on the way to our...
So the pathway is going to lead about 25 feet. It's going to do kind of a Y kind of fork or branch.
Sure.
The small, more like a goat path or less traveled path leading towards the megalith is going to kind of lead off into, if the tower was true north, it's going to lead more off into the west.
Okay.
You got from that point or that intersection probably another 25-30 feet to the front door of the windmill or the old bone grinder as it's called.
Can I look in to see each of the windows if shadows are cast?
They're very... You can. The light is flickering. You feel like it's probably more like a lantern light that's kind of illuminated some of these areas. You might occasionally catch a very faint shadow, but the windows are like very mucked over where there's mud and age and all
They're
kinds
opaque.
of dirt.
Yeah. As we just
You
kind
can smell in the air a very sweet smell, almost like a meat pie or a pastry like kind of emanating from the old bone grinder.
I do a divine sense when we get right to the like top of the Y when we're about to head off towards the
Megaliths.
megaliths.
Sure.
Sorry. And I want to look for good and evil specifically, but it also lets me sense a celestial fiend or undead within 60
What?
feet. That is not behind total cover.
What is the range on that?
60 feet.
Your senses stretch out, but when it gets like it's trying to push through to that range, it's gonna actually be kind of redirected around the old bone grinder, as if something is like blocking, obscuring, preventing.
So you like her divine sense is like a golden energy that kind of like flits through.
Yeah.
And it's like aggressive. Yeah.
Is it something that we see?
Sure, it's
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for
Okay.
roleplay sakes, yes, you fucking see
So
it.
we would see it part around the windmill.
Yeah.
Correct. And then there's a couple. The further you kind of, now that you've traveled up to this point, you're going to begin to hear like toads and frogs in the distance.
Anything
Towards the
I sense,
forested area.
obviously outside of it at this point. I've already got a read on Ben, but like, is there anything else that picks up?
I mean, there's 60 feet. Not really.
Okay. Well, it's not supposed to do that, so
We could avoid it completely.
I vote yes.
The call comes from the megalith of the raven on top pecking at something. Does anybody else want to do anything while this is all transpiring?
I'm hanging out. I'm probably giving Ruffles some water.
So you're gonna hang out by the wagon?
Yeah, I'm staying by the wagon. Especially if Irina's there, I'm just gonna be the default third protector when those two are gone. Just making sure, keeping my eye on that windmill. Like,
So you all are reserved and staying by the wagons? Okay. So the two of you, I hand it over to you. What do you want to
Be
do?
like extra vigilant as we're walking towards them. Any shift, any change, would
Yeah.
be just on guard. So sword out, shield also out.
So you're going towards the continuing the pathway to
Yeah.
the megalith. Okay.
Yes.
When you get to a certain point, you're going to be able to give me a perception check. As you will both kind of get a
Great.
better visual of the
Oh, that just hopped out of the tray.
raven.
I got 11,
Oh, I got
which
actually
is pretty good
Yeah.
for me.
perception 18.
Oh.
Okay. You're going to notice that the raven seems to be pecking at like a pastry or a pie on top of there. And then once you get in its like zone of where it feels comfort or whatever, it will fly off.
And it's on top of the megalith.
The pie is and the raven was. Is it?
Haven't we seen pie somewhere before?
Yeah, you have.
In the town, yeah.
Yep. There was an old
There's
lady pushing pastries and pies
Yeah.
in Barovia,
Grandma?
in which somebody gave some money to. I think it was you.
Not me.
It was me
There you go.
to buy the kids things.
Correct.
Those kids are dead now.
Probably. Or they've eaten their relatives.
Well, let's check out these megaliths for a few moments, but a bit strange that a pie is here. She was rather old, wasn't she?
Yes. But who's to say a villager didn't buy a pie and bring it out here for fun?
But didn't it smell like a bakery just a moment ago?
It does. It smells, like I said, like fresh cooked baked goods. Like it smells extremely
How
good.
is she making it from here to there with just a cart unscathed?
Some things aren't as they appear, so maybe.
Don't I know it?
Is it a portal? A
You
circle of
said the
monoliths?
things underground could lead some places. Maybe.
Oh, maybe there's one leading here.
Yeah. I mean, I have to assume
With the ravens circling around, it would certainly make sense that...
there has to be some safe way for everyone to travel.
They call it.
And we haven't found it?
I don't think we're the luckiest group of people.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm rather lucky.
This morning begs to differ.
I was a little fucked.
Yeah.
Everybody has a bad gamble every once in a while.
What did
That
you
is the
see?
fucking truth.
So you've got essentially 4 of these megaliths. So they're old, ancient looking, just weathered stone covered in moss and time, essentially. They do have carvings on each one of them, and the carvings are different. One has looks like there's a city that seems to be covered in an raiment of flowers. There is one that has a sunburst overhead of the city. There is another of this city that is covered in leaves. And then there's another carving of the same city, appears like, that has snowfall on it.
Oh, so it's like showing the same city throughout seasons.
Correct. Actually, there's 4 separate cities, 4 different cities.
4 different cities.
Yes, under each effect, sorry.
Any inscriptions or offerings that are here?
There is a kind of a circular kind of platform or pedestal that these kind of rest either kind of slightly on or nearby. You are going to... In the center of the stone circle, you will see a small pile of something in the center that you probably would need to like take a better look at with a
Quick
roll.
peek. You wonder what's my back?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll go up to the pedestal.
Sure. When you walk to the center of the pedestal, you see a small pile of what looks like teeth in
Teeth.
the center. Correct.
Knowing the hexblood tricks that I have, the removal of teeth, the removal of hair, these like eerie tokens that I can create.
Yep.
Does this look like this on a much larger scale?
This feels like this could be some sort of worship of an archfey or an entity or something like that, potentially. And the teeth look very tiny for teeth.
Fun.
I'm gonna
Canceling
just like look at this.
We're probably close to being back to back. There's probably like 7 feet of space between
Yeah.
us.
And I'm gonna look kind of at everything that's here. The first thing I want to look for is Sylvan. If there's any inscription in Sylvan.
Sure, go ahead and give me
or-
an investigation.
He's looking at that, and I'm kind of in my head and out loud halfway, like, these ravens are probably
11.
eating the dead parts from the bone grinder.
There is no...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a 9. 9 plus 14.
There is no Sylvan inscriptions.
Any language inscriptions?
There is not. Just the depictions
Just
that are
pictures.
on of
Does
these
it-
4 different cities under 4 different seasonal
This is gonna be
effects.
weird. Does it feel like a story or does it feel like history?
Yes.
Okay, to both. Got it.
Can I do I don't even know if it'd be nature or perception, but I'd like to see if I can smell rot or carrion in the air.
You can make a perception for that.
22.
There's like no hint of rot. There's a strong sense of like your stomach starts to growl because you smell delicious pastries and baked goods.
I haven't turned around because I refuse to. I don't want to know what's in the pedestal, but I will ask. Ben, what is it?
From where I'm from.
Yeah.
And it feels like worship to an archfey.
The setup of you're kind of getting. It looks like this.
Have I seen megaliths like this
100%.
before?
We're in danger.
Yeah, literally.
You have. Typically, they are of druid construction. I would say what you're kind of getting an idea is this could be a defilement or a desecration.
So the megaliths themselves would have been like happy Feywild places, and now that I see the teeth and the like fucked up shit, something is worshipping a defiled or destroying
Possibly.
a ley line location that would have tied the world to a happier path.
I feel like you're catching on.
I'm gonna just kind of.
Those of you at the cart will see the door to the old bone grinder open as they are wherever. He probably would like lose sight because it would go like over a little bit of a crest to where they would have kind of faded into kind of a misty. You will see a kind of hunched back lady, old, kind of wart covered on like the left side, nose kind of
So
crooked, kind of goes out, has a large burlap sack, and will kind of like slowly kind of haunch and make its way around the backside of this bone grinder. She kind of seems to be humming some sort of like tune or ditty or something like that.
Is it the same lady?
You can make a perception check to see if there's anything that identifies her as the same lady.
25.
It definitely is the same lady that you gave money to.
Does she sees us?
No.
No?
She just kind of goes about her business as if she's completely oblivious.
I'm gonna like get. Are you at the card still, Celeste? Like attention. Like that's the lady I gave the dollars to.
Oh, this is perfect. So I'm gonna be like you guys are all like, I'm just like,
Ben and I are like,
Like we're.
like it's a little old lady.
How many days has it been since
She's
we were
got
there?
pastries.
3, 2.
It's been
a couple
3
days.
days,
2
and
days.
this old lady beat us back here.
Yeah. This is not great.
Probably some more hag trickery.
Fucking hags.
Will that like ring a bell if she says that?
I mean, I would say that her inclination is maybe. This is very plausible.
I'm gonna look at Niley and I say, I wasn't gonna ask this from anybody, but I am seriously fucked. I have 5 health.
oh shit.
I was gonna be quiet this entire
I'll do.
trip.
You didn't complain this entire time.
I kept my mouth shut.
The
have
fact
to
that you were
remind
probably
us that you-
limping along in like pain the whole journey will have softened you a little bit.
I'll use 15 of my lay on hands full.
When you do that,
Oh fuck.
And I am going to, at the same time, pluck a lightning bug out of the air and chuck it down to the cart to Celeste, and go, we're in trouble.
okay, you get half of those points back that she gives to you.
Only half?
Yeah, as the rest of them kind of like you can see it fill into the circle, and almost like it's corrupted or defiled. It's whatever. There's some sort of weird hocus pocus going on here in this circle. There's going to be a bug that comes right to you, and it interacts like what?
It just It's just like right in the ear.
There you go. As you swat at your ear, but you hear,
"We're in trouble."
and that's where we'll end this episode. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for. This shit is getting real and good. I literally didn't have to do much this episode. They did it all for me. Thank you guys for doing it all.
for you.
Yeah. So give us those thumbs up. Let's see if it does it. Maybe. Yeah. No. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Oh, none of us do.
Okay.
There it is.
Awesome. And then, like I said, please subscribe. You can check us out on our socials. We've got TikTok. We're at Crit Eating Grin. We're looking to load more stuff up there. We're looking to build. We got to get to 500 subscribers, and we're definitely needing the help. So share the love. Thank you very much.
Love you.
Bye.